Welcome to Crime Facts, where we delve into some of history's most compelling and groundbreaking cases. Today, we bring you the chilling story of the Jigsaw Murders, a case that revolutionized crime investigation with the transformative use of forensic science. Nearly a century later, this historic case still echoes through the halls of justice and scientific advancement. This is the story of Dr. Buck Ruxton, his heinous crimes, and the groundbreaking forensic methods that led to his conviction. The year was 1935. Dr. Buck Ruxton, a respected general practitioner, was living with his wife Isabella and their 3 children in Lancaster, England. Their home, outwardly serene, hid the growing storm of jealousy and tension that would soon erupt into a double murder. Dr. Ruxton's jealousy over Isabella's friendships with other men consumed him, leading to violent domestic disputes. Isabella reportedly sought help from the police, but her allegations of abuse were never properly investigated. This failure to intervene would later culminate in tragedy. In September 1935, Dr. Ruxton's jealousy reached a breaking point. He murdered Isabella in a fit of rage. When the household's nursemaid Mary Rogerson either witnessed the crime or became suspicious, Dr. Ruxton killed her as well. But the horror did not end there. To cover his tracks, Dr. Ruxton dismembered the bodies of both women, mutilating them beyond recognition, and scattered their remains in a wooded area in Dumfriesshire, Scotland.
What followed was an unprecedented criminal investigation, one that would forever change the landscape of forensic science. The discovery of the dismembered remains shocked the public and posed a significant challenge to investigators. The bodies were found beneath a bridge near the England-Scotland border, and their identities were unrecognizable. This was where the brilliance of forensic science came into play. Investigators from Edinburgh University took on the daunting task of reconstructing the bodies and identifying the victims. Using innovative techniques for the time, they began piecing together the puzzle. The meticulous work they performed would later earn this case the name the Jigsaw Murders.
One of the groundbreaking methods used was the comparison of fingerprints. Although fingerprint analysis had been in use for decades, applying it to such mutilated remains was groundbreaking. Investigators painstakingly worked to match prints found on the body parts with known records of Isabella and Mary. This alone was a monumental step in linking the victims to their identities, but the investigators didn't stop there. They also studied insect activity on the remains, a practice now known as forensic entomology. By analyzing the development stages of the insects, they were able to estimate the time of death. This timeline became crucial in constructing the events leading up to the murders. Another innovative technique involved superimposition photography. Investigators superimposed X-ray images of the victims' skulls onto photographs of Isabella and Mary, demonstrating that the remains matched the women. This was among the first uses of such technology in criminal investigations, setting the stage for its widespread application in future cases.
These forensic breakthroughs provided prosecutors with the evidence needed to bring Dr. Ruxton to justice. In what would become one of the most significant court trials of the 20th century, the scientific findings were presented in meticulous detail. The prosecution's case rested heavily on this evidence, and the jury was convinced beyond a reasonable doubt of Dr. Ruxton's guilt. In March 1936, Dr. Ruxton was found guilty of murdering his wife, Isabella. While the charge of killing Mary Rogerson was ultimately dropped, the evidence against him was overwhelming. 5 months later, he was executed by hanging at Manchester's Strangeways prison. The case drew massive public attention, with crowds gathering outside the prison as justice was carried out. This dramatic scene underscored the magnitude of the case and the precedent it had set.
But the story of the Jigsaw Murders doesn't end with the conviction and execution of Dr. Ruxton. Nearly a century later, in November 2023, researchers at Edinburgh University rediscovered some of the victims' remains in their archives. This discovery led to a renewed effort to locate living relatives of Isabella and Mary. Working in partnership with the BBC, the university issued a public plea for information to ensure the remains could be respectfully returned to the victims' families. This effort highlights the ongoing moral responsibility to honor the victims and their families. Isabella and Dr. Ruxton's 3 children, orphaned by their father's heinous acts, were never fully informed about the true nature of their parents' deaths. The university's plea aims to provide closure to any surviving relatives and ensure the remains are handled with dignity.
While the appeal for information is now closed, the university continues to work on pursuing leads generated by the public's response. In a statement, they emphasized the sensitivity of the process, ensuring that anonymity and care are upheld for all involved. This ongoing effort is a testament to the enduring impact of the Jigsaw Murders and the ethical responsibilities tied to such cases. Beyond its scientific and legal implications, the Jigsaw Murders also serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of unchecked domestic violence. The tragedy might have been averted had Isabella's earlier reports been taken seriously. It underscores the importance of societal and institutional support for victims of abuse, a reminder that intervention can save lives.
The Jigsaw Murders remain one of the most important criminal investigations of the 20th century, not only for its shocking details, but for the advancements in forensic science it inspired. As former English police officer and author Tom Wood stated, anything before the Ruxton case was ancient history. Anything after the Ruxton case is a modern, integrated forensic science-led investigation. This case laid the groundwork for the forensic methods we rely on today, proving that science can be a powerful tool in the pursuit of justice. From fingerprint analysis to forensic entomology and superimposition photography, the techniques pioneered during this investigation continue to evolve and help solve crimes worldwide.
If you found this story as fascinating and impactful as we have, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to Crime Facts for more captivating stories. Your support helps us uncover and share more stories that shaped history. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to Crime Facts. We'll see you next time on Crime Facts.